The Galaxy's Edge in Disney World is the best. Galaxy's Edge is something that someone would say only if they're wrong. Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland is without a doubt better. We have characters outside of the timeline like Mandalorian, Grogu, Boba Fett. You get all the cool merch first. Seasonal food, which is all awesome. There's just not crowds of people everywhere, lines to get into stores. You can go to Oga's and get a walk-up reservation the day of. You don't have to book 60 days out. We have like a community. When you have like droid meetups and lightsaber meetups, tons of people show out. It really feels like home. I love Galaxy's Edge West. Also, you're not sweating your butt off when you're there because two of the suns on the west side are covered.
Gotcha. You should be able to hear me now.
Okay, so did you guys catch that? If not, I kind of want to replay it because I didn't hear it. And since this is kind of a test anyways.
The Galaxy's Edge go back to the beginning. Disney World is the best. The Galaxy's Edge in Disney World is the best. Galaxy's Edge is something that someone would say only if they're wrong. Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland is without a doubt better. We have characters outside of the timeline like Mandalorian, Grogu, Boba Fett. You
He's
get all
right.
the cool merch
He's right.
first. Seasonal food, which is all awesome.
We get it first.
There's just
The
not
West.
crowds of people everywhere, lines to get into stores. You can go to Oga's and get a walk-up reservation
That's
the day
true.
of. You don't have to book 60 days out.
These are some good points, Peter.
Have like a community when you have like droid meetups and
You're welcome.
lightsaber meetups. Tons of people show up. It really feels like home. I love Galaxy's Edge West. Also, you're not sweating your butt off when you're there because two of the suns on the west side are covered behind the spires.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So, guys, that was Peter from Ordinary Adventures. He left me a comment. I guess you guys couldn't hear me through that beginning. So I kind of want to go back and point out and let you know what I was talking about. That QR code right there is how you can submit your own video comment. You can either screenshot, go to your Photos app, and then hold on the QR code. It'll take you to the link. Or I just put it in the chat a little while ago, but I'll put it in the chat again right now. There is the link. If you want to just follow that, you can submit your own video comment. But I want to know why you think East or West is better. Which one do you like more? And tell me why. Now that you can finally hear me and both the audio and everything else, we're off to a little bit of a rocky start. But again, this is brand new software. This is software that's still in beta. It's called Opus, and I'm trying it out. And as you guys saw a little while ago, when you guys type in emojis and look at the bottom of the screen, it says, which is best, East or West? Drop a sun for West or drop a moon emoji for East. Let me know, because they're going to rain on the screen. And every emoji you guys put in is going to show up on screen, no matter how ridiculous. As long as it's on iOS or like iOS is the limit, but if it's only on Android, it may not show up. But if it's on iOS, it definitely will show up. But there it is. Look. Oh, see, boom, already. And there's a nice little sun fart going on right there. A little pop. The droids like it. They appreciate it. So yeah, you guys get to interact with the stream a little bit differently. Again, it's called Opus. If you are a streamer and you want to know more about this, go to opus.pro. Use code DANO, D-A-N-O. They'll hook you up. They'll hook me up. I get a little referral for it, and you get a little something for streaming twice if you're interested. Opus.pro, but use code DANO. Make sure DANO. Doesn't matter how, it's not case sensitive, so you can just use it if you're a streamer and you're into that kind of thing. But I've got more video comments just like Peter's. And so I kind of wanted to just talk about, like, get your guys' feelings, see what's up, see how you guys are feeling, East versus West. I'm seeing a pretty good mix here. There's a lot of suns. There's a lot of moons. That fart still hasn't left the screen. But otherwise, it does seem to be a pretty even mix. Galen says, okay, I'll give you the Ogus thing, but as far as characters, you have them only so people will come. You don't have the Halcyon. True, we don't have the Halcyon. You're right. You're right. We don't. We're missing it. We're missing it. Let me see. Brainley here. What is this? Show it. Oh, no. Show it. It's going a little slow on my end. There we go. Put it back on the screen. Peter's comment about getting a walk-up at Oga's is 100% true. Never saw a reservation before my trip, but had no trouble doing a walk-up. It's weird how West is like that. I've noticed that too. West doesn't have reservations far. I've looked to like 60 days out on the day and be like, if there's no reservations, what's up? But then you show up on the day of, and if as long as you're near Oga's, you can just hit enter the virtual queue. You enter it, and it's no problem. And it works just fine. So they're more while you're here in the moment, make a reservation, which I kind of like more, as opposed to planning it super far out, like Disney World kind of does. Yeah, you guys excited? They're stoked. I haven't had them on in a minute. It's been a while. You guys have been powered down. You're a little dusty. Sorry. Should probably take better care of you guys. But they're active. They're here. They're hanging out. It's been a while. All right, let me check the chat and see what's up. Ark is saying, what is this? Don't know if someone mentioned this. In West, you can leave your Saber in Droid Depot till early evening. I was told the East doesn't do that. I don't know how East is handling that, but you're correct. If you buy a new Saber, the key is it's got to be new, because they keep your receipt tied to it, and you can only use your receipt once. So when I went in November, I did multiple Savi's builds, and I had to drop them off at different times. And so like I dropped some off earlier because I didn't want to carry them around, and then I dropped off more later because I had a different Savi's reservation later in the day. And they were like, well, I asked them, hey, can I just pull back my other stuff I dropped off this morning? Whoa, dude. Can I pull back the stuff I dropped off this morning and then put it all together into one? And they're like, no, because that receipt was already used. We can't put it in our system again. So you have to do 2 separate pickups. As long as you come back with 2 different slips, you're good. So it is definitely tied to new merch and a new receipt that you just bought. But I don't know how East handles that. I know that West handles it just fine, though. Hey, Kitra's here. What's up? And Peter's here. Peter, you missed me playing your comment. But thank you for submitting your video comment. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, so what does Liam have to say about, I like East better because they tend to be much more liberal on the extent to which you can dress up full costume. That's a good point. East has been really, really lenient on what you can get away with. I mean, there's some people doing full makeup, especially if you're part of Starcruiser, you can really go crazy with what you could do. Their guidelines technically are the same, but in practice, East has been a bit more lax, and I wonder how long that lasts. You know, I wonder if that's going to be a forever thing, or does that change? I don't know. But you know, you never know. Galen's got a little comment here. She also has a video comment I'll play for you in a minute. You get merch by default due to freight routes by sea, so it shows up at West first. But East doesn't have me, so they get the merch at the same time. Wait, but East doesn't have me, so that they get the merch at the same time. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Galen, but you know what? You left a comment, and I'm going to play your video comment. Let's hear what Galen had to say. Will it play? There's Galen. I don't know if it's going to play. Here, let me go in here. Can I play it? Will it play? I don't know why it's not playing. How about now? There we go.
So, East or West? To me, I would say East simply because the storyline behind Batuu is that they have multiple suns, right? Which would indicate that it'd be hotter, correct? And everybody complains that East is hotter than West. There you go.
Okay.
And it has the housing. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
yes, West has the characters, but you cannot turn down the housing.
You can't turn down the housing. You're right.
That's my opinion. East, but I like the idea of both because who doesn't want to be able to go to Star Wars and live in that world?
Right.
No matter what coast you're on. That's what I say.
Love it. Awesome. Thank you for submitting that, Galen. That's awesome. And then more emojis popped up. Boop. There we go. I like this whole interactive business. This is a lot of fun for me to see you guys dropping stuff in the chat because normally I'm the one dropping stuff. What does Kitra have to say? Sorry, but West wins. Both are great, but West is just so much better for many reasons. Well, Kitra, leave me a quick video while you're watching. Hit the little QR code. Leave me a video. I'll play it if you want. We got some people agreeing. Kitra's right. There you go. SoCal Jerry agrees. Keith Rimmer saying, would love to visit both, but I live in the UK, and I hear that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it costs a lot to go, and I'm a state away. It costs a lot, so I couldn't imagine being in the in another country altogether. I feel you. Tom says can't see or hear Disneyland. I've been told you can hear Magic Kingdom and even see part of Slinky Dog from. Oh, you mean the Sightlines? Disneyland is better about the Sightlines. I will say though, on that point, at Disneyland, you can see the Fantasyland Theater from Galaxy's Edge, and you can see Big Thunder Mountain. Big Thunder Mountain kind of blends in because it's kind of like a spire. It looks rocky, but you can see it, especially from the Smuggler's Run queue. But you can also see the top of the tent for the Fantasyland Theater. So, to be fair, like if I'm gonna call it like that, I got to be fair on both sides, right? Even though I'm very much pro West, I got to call it fair. Oh, I know, guys, but at West, Fantasyland Theater's in view, and so is Big Thunder Mountain. But you're right, East has a little bit worse, where you can see Toy Story Land and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, what do we got here? Let me get caught up on the chat. Billy Dameron, you'll be on the Halcyon at the end of April. Can't wait. Nice. I'll be on it at the beginning of May. Sweet. What did Kitcher say? Everyone putting moons has never been to West, and it shows. Yes. Isn't East larger than? I don't think so. I think if you're looking at just Galaxy's Edge, I'm pretty sure West is larger. The pathway between the marketplace to the Resistance area is much longer and bigger. where East, it's like just like right there and crammed. And I think that difference makes it bigger for West. Because the whole Resistance area is kind of small. And the fact that we have Critter Country at Disneyland and it's a longer walkway to get in than it is just the weird little tunnels they have at East, I'm pretty sure physically West is actually bigger. Now, as far as the resort, like as far as Disney World's huge. It's got 4 parks. It's like the size of a city, where Disneyland is 2 parks right next to each other. But I think the actual land itself, Disneyland has a bigger footprint for Galaxy's Edge than East does over at Hollywood Studios. All right. Let's see what else we got here. A lot of these East defenders referencing a thing that's not Batuu. That is true. Speaking of which, Nick, you submitted a video response as well. I'm going to play yours right now since you're here. Let me, I'm going to drop your comment off the screen because I think that helps these play properly. But what does Nick have to say? Is it going to play? Is it going to, I already listened to it, so it's going to.
Galaxy's Edge, East versus West. We haven't much time, and I've got a few reasons why I think the West is the best. Number one is the paint job. The West paint job is a lot closer to what I would expect from a Star Wars location. Number two, the Resistance base. That forest is supposed to be way out there, hidden. In the East, I can see the marketplace from the Resistance forest. There's a much more winding path, and it's a lot bigger of a forest in the West. Point goes to them. The obelisk in the marketplace. In a lot of the expanded Galaxy's Edge media, the obelisk depicted is the one out west, not that skinny little thing out east. Let's talk about the entrances to Galaxy's Edge. The West has one that the East does not. It is the Fantasyland entrance, and I think it is the most beautiful of all the Galaxy's Edge entrances, and I'm counting the Halcyon entrance. Thank you for your time. West is the best. Appreciate the debate, but respect to the Canon Black Spire Outpost.
Dude, those are solid points. The Resistance encampment is like, if you read Black Spire, the book, they make it sound like the Resistance encampment is far away from town. If you're at East, it's like right next to it. The marketplace and the Resistance thing are like right up on each other. At West, there's at least a winding path you got to go through till you get there. So they're spaced out a bit more. He did mention the obelisk at the marketplace. I don't know if there's a book. Or I'm sorry, if it's in this book, I want to find it if it is, because I think, and it shouldn't be too hard to find if it's in here. Oh, no, that's the service yard. It's where the droid bats are. All right, I'm almost there. I promise, I'm almost there. It's got to be in this book somewhere. And if it is, Merchant Row, is there a picture of it? Is there a picture? No, there's not a picture of it. Or is this the proper one? This is Oga's. I don't want Oga's. I want the other stuff. Okay, hold on. I'm going to find it. This is more Cantina, service yard. Give me the marketplace. I don't want Merchant Row necessarily. I want the marketplace, dudes. There's Savi's. Okay, I'm going to find it because it's important. I know. I forgot you had that chip on you, dude. Keep screaming like R2. Let's see here. What does it say? So they should build the next Batuu in a desert country to top East Heat if they want to be accurate. Yeah, I think that's probably the move. Okay, I'm looking for that little thing. It's going to be here. Also, I forget to look through this book, guys. If you're a Galaxy's Edge fan, have you read this book? Do you have the Traveler's Guide to Batuu? It's good. It's a real I keep it next to me all the time because there's always something cool to reference and maybe some stuff you didn't know. It's just like a fun little book. I think it's like $20. It's a read. It's a nice little read. And I'm not seeing it. It's not on Merchant Row. But that obelisk, it's even on the poster. So I've got an art poster that I got from Target back in 2020. I know. I'm putting it down. I couldn't find the thing. It's fine. But that obelisk, like he says, the one in the marketplace, right by the bathrooms, by the wooden Wookiee, the Canon one is the one at West. So there you go. Let's see here. What do we got? Peter says, to be fair, Big Thunder Mountain Disneyland blends it. Yeah, it does, because it's mountainy. It's a spire. And you're right. I do think that was on purpose. But you can still see Fantasyland Theater. So I got to be fair. Dano trying to start as a turf war. You know what? The war's already started. Yeah, you know what? I am covered by the barcode when it plays the video. That is a good point. Okay, I'll have to maybe remove it when I play the video. It doesn't super matter. I just want more people to submit those. So like, I feel like the barcode for right now is more important. And where are we? We're about 18 minutes deep on this. Brent Hobart, what do you got to say? It's a long walk from Critter Country entrance at West through the Resistance Camp to the. It is a long walk, and it's supposed to be a long walk in canon. If we're looking at, if you're looking at how it's supposed to be. Oh, we got something from Gizmo here. Oh, I got to play this. I'll be covered by the barcode, but I still got to play this.
West Coast is obviously better because we have the Ronto-less Ronto wrap, which is the best food item in both parks, and all East has is a piece of zucchini in a pita bread, and they call that a vegetarian Ronto wrap. So for that fact, West wins.
Boom. Boom. Thank you, Gizmo, for dropping some facts. Now, the Ronto-less Ronto wrap, have you guys had it? Have you had a Ronto-less Ronto wrap? And why is it the best? Why is the Ronto-less Ronto wrap the best? In fact, I want to put a poll real quick. We'll do another little interactive element that this software has. I'm going to create a poll. Which Ronto wrap is best? Okay, you ready for this? Oh, stop. Is best regular, breakfast, or Ronto-less? Okay, those are your answers. You can answer regular, you can answer breakfast, or you can answer Ronto-less. Now, I've got it up. So when you guys start answering this question, the AI of the Opus software is going to pull your answers and throw them into this little thing next to me over here. So I want to see how you guys feel about this. Regular breakfast so far. Okay, Brent with breakfast. We got a regular popping up here. Okay. Okay. Ronto-less showing up. All right. I'm seeing Ronto-less. I got 3 breakfasts. Oh, wow. Another Ronto-less. I got one that just says 1. So regular's building up. Oh, wow. You guys are breakfast. Now, breakfast is good. Breakfast is real good. Okay, so Ronto, I'm going to count Ronto-less for 2 because I'm seeing it twice, but just spelled differently. If you guys can try to spell it the same, that would help a lot. But so far, as of right now, breakfast is win. Oh, breakfast is still creeping up there. I'm going to remove this thing that says 1. Somebody just typed in 1, and that's not going to count. But I've got 6 for breakfast, 5 for regular, technically 3 for Ronto-less. Are we done voting? Are we done voting? Oh no! Oh! Are we even? We're even. Regular and breakfast. Really interesting. I would have thought Ronto-less. It sounds to me like you guys haven't had Ronto-less. Oh, regular just creeped in with 8. Wow. Okay. All right. Interesting. Are we done voting? Are we done? I'm surprised Ronto-less only has 3. Because let's say 4 for me, because I'm going to put my vote in Ronto-less. As much as I love the regular, no, it is better. Just barely, but it is better. And as Gizmo was saying, the one in Disney World over at East, it's just like chickpeas and zucchini. It's not like a fake plant-based meat like they have out West. The vegetarian, vegan, I think this is vegetarian. I don't know if it's vegan, but the non-meat option at West is so much better than the one at East. And so here we go. Okay, I'm going to stop collecting the vote now. We've got 9 saying regular, 6 saying breakfast, and with me, 4 saying Ronto-less. I just want to tell all you regulars out there and all you breakfast people, try the Ronto-less. Try it. Give it at West. At East, I've never had it, but I've seen what's in it. And I'm like, that looks like it's lacking. So there you go. Thank you for taking part in that poll. That was pretty cool. I like that. Let's go back to the main screen here. Thank you. We can throw a little thank you on the screen. There we go. Thank you. I love the AI of the software. So as I'm talking and saying certain words, like I'll say stuff like Star Wars or Mandalorian, it'll start to, like, if I say lightsabers, maybe I'm trying to trigger it now. There's certain trigger words that I put into this that'll pop up memes for me to just quick hit. So if I say something like, oh, that's very nice, it'll pop up like a little thing for me to throw, I don't know, like a Borat emoji or whatever on there. So it's interesting because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Right now it's not. But when I don't need it to, it's going to pop up right where I need it on the screen. And I can hit 1, 2, or 3 and just plop it in the screen. It's fun. All right. Let's see. Oh, here we got a new video coming in from Billy. I'm going to put that on the screen right now. What does Billy have to say?
Hi, Dano. It's
Hey,
Billy. Hey, I have the same book that you do,
Nice.
and I've not yet been to Batuu West.
Okay.
I'm just curious because my best friend and I are talking about going next year to Disneyland.
Go to West.
Besides the layout being a little bit different, what are some other pieces or aspects that are different? Is the merch a little bit better over there? Or is it easier to get it? Because sometimes over here on the east, it can be really challenging getting a hold of some stuff.
You're right, Billy.
So yeah, let me know. Thanks.
Awesome. Dude, thank you for submitting that. That's really cool. I love that you guys can do this in the moment while I'm live. You get to be part of the show. That's what I'm really loving about this software a lot. So, Billy, to answer your questions, as far as merch goes, East is a little bit slower as far as new stuff comes. I don't know if you saw with the lightsabers recently. It took them a couple months to get the new lightsabers at Savi's, while Disneyland got them early and first. And so the new stuff generally lands at Disneyland in California first, just due to geography. A lot of the stuff is made in China. It ends up hitting the west coast of the country first and just goes right to Disneyland. It takes months to get out to East. I'm not sure why it takes so long, but it does. A lot of the stuff hits Disneyland months before it hits Disney World. So you're going to have probably a better selection and probably more, like more access to stuff at West, which is a great perk. And some of the items are more expensive at East. As of right now today, if you go to Savi's to build a brand new lightsaber, you build one of these, this thing's going to set you back $250, which has been the normal price since October at East. At Disneyland, they reverted the price down to $220. So it was $250 up until a couple weeks ago. They dropped it down to $220. So at East, this is cheaper. And we want to talk about droids. These droids, they were $99 for the longest time. In October, when the prices on lightsabers went up, these went up to $120. Currently at Disney World at East, they're still $120. Disneyland, they dropped it back down to $100 again. Oh, yes, I know. And so this is Heine. Heine was built at West and later transformed into a Gaia-themed droid based on Starcruiser, which is one of the perks that I give to East, is they have Starcruiser, even though technically that's not Batuu, as Nikki T was saying earlier. Let's see here. What is this? It's okay. Not many people are ready for the vegetarian. I'm a big time meat eater. I love the meats, but that Impossible meat that they use is great. The way they season it, it's just as good as a meat. Like it's really, really good. Silly Palm saying, still haven't tried the Ronto list yet. Only heard good things. Yeah. Bring back the chicken Ronto. Nick, was that a thing? I've never heard of that. I must have missed that. Was that really a thing? Chicken Ronto? That sounds kind of cool. That sounds really cool, actually. I'm into that. All right, let's see what we got. Wait, guys, you can still drop emojis too. Kitcher dropped a bunch of suns for Batuu West, and if you want to support Batuu East, drop moons. They will be raining down on the screen. So I wanted to talk about more differences. So there they are. They're all raining down. And so I've got a couple things that I can pull up here that I thought was interesting. Speaking of Ronto, let's look at pricing at East versus West. And honestly, I don't know which one's better on this, but I know they're weirdly different as far as the stuff that they have. So we're going to look at all the different foods and drinks that are offered around the land at different places and look at what East has versus what West has. So I've got the pricing for the Ronto wrap, the Ronto roasters, the whole stand. And at West, admittedly, $1 more. The Ronto morning wrap is $13.49. If you want that breakfast wrap, the one that people love so much, you're going to pay $1 more at Disneyland. There's a good point for East. They're a little bit cheaper at $12.49. Now, East has another option on their menu that says Triple Suns breakfast wrap. I've never had this. I don't know what's in it, but it's also $1 cheaper than that. It's only $11.49. And so I have to hand it to East that they actually have more breakfast items. The Rising Moon's overnight oats for $7. That's really good. They used to have that at West when West opened, but they don't have it anymore. They haven't had it in a while. I don't think since reopening after the pandemic, I don't think they've had it. So there's points to East on that. As far as the actual Ronto wrap itself, Disneyland out west, $13.39 versus East at $12.99. So what are we talking about? 40 cent? Okay, 40 cent difference. Not major, not a whole dollar like the breakfast one, which is kind of funny that the prices aren't consistently more expensive on one. You'll find as we go through this, you're going to see some of the items at West are more expensive. Some of the items at West are less expensive. There's no consistency to this at all. It is all over the place. And so I combed through the menus of both to put the charts together for you guys so we can go over this. So that Ronto list wrap that we're talking about, $13.99, a little bit more expensive than the Ronto wrap. And the zucchini wrap is way cheaper over at East at $11.99. Okay, but it's also not as good from what I've heard. They also have Andoan fruit with muja sauce. I'm not sure what that is. I want to say it's like a chamoy. It's like fruit sticks with chamoy all over them, which sounds delicious. $6.99. That's more of a snack. So now let's look at drinks. They sell coffee, or at least it's on the menu when you look at the apps. At West, they have coffee, $3.79. Both of them sell the Tatooine Sunset drink, and that's $6, so that's normal. Melu Run juice is available at West and not East, $6. So there's an exclusive point for West. Fountain beverages, look at this varying on the prices here. At West, they're more expensive, $4.59 to $5.29, depending on small, medium, large, or whatever. I think it's just medium and large. And then at East, they're a little bit cheaper, 30 cents cheaper, $4.29 through $4.99. So 30 cents cheaper per drink over at East, so they win. And for some reason, we got apple juice over at West. So for the kiddos, you can have some apple juice. Cool. Bottled water. This is a weird thing I started to see here. So notice how much bottled water is right here, $4.39. Disneyland, both, I couldn't confirm the price at East, but Disneyland, I noticed as going through this may blow your mind here. It blew my mind a little bit. I was like losing it the morning I found out. I was like, what? Disneyland charges more for bottled water if you're buying it from a churro stand, a popcorn stand, or a pretzel stand. The same bottle of water, from what I can tell on the menu, costs more when you're buying it at those three stands: popcorn, churro, and pretzel. They don't charge that same amount as they do everywhere else. They charge you more. You'll see the prices in a minute. When we go to the popcorn stand, it's a little bit more. So $4.39 is what they're charging for a bottle of Dasani water, where East is charging $3.75. That's significantly cheaper at East. And they don't list the ounceages, so I can't tell if it's the exact same bottle, but that's what they're charging. That's what's on their menu for both apps. The Galaxy's Edge Dasani water, specifically the bigger one, $4.75 and $4.50. So that's the larger Star Wars-y looking bottle. So 25 cents cheaper at East. You guys win at East for that. Okay. Next up, we've got, let's see, the bottled water, Dasani bottled water. Oh, yeah, this $4.75 is what I wrote on there. $4.75 at churro, popcorn, and pretzel stands, as opposed to $4.39. Isn't that crazy? Now, Disney World doesn't list at their churro, popcorn, and pretzel carts. It's not listed on their app, so I couldn't tell what the price is. But I'm imagining it's going to be more expensive. Now we get to one of the big perks the East has. They've got boozy drinks at the Ronto Roasters. They've got boozy drinks everywhere. But they've got Coruscant Cooler, $16.50. That's a lot for a cocktail. It is a lot, and it's not super strong, but it is delicious. And they don't have that at Disneyland. So you can get Coruscant Cooler for $16.50. You can get a Surly Sarlacc, which I believe is exclusive to East. They don't have that at all at West, not even at Oga's. Surly Sarlacc, $14.50. And then they have the Trandoshan Ale. I'm not sure if that one's exclusive to East or not, but that's just a beer, $13.50. But over at West, we get seasonal items. We have the Destrin Ice Cap, and right now, it's the second version of the Destrin Ice Cap. It came out for Life Day, and it had green apple syrup, like a cream cheese foam, and Sprite, and a little glow cube. Not for $6.49. For if you want the glow cube, it's like $12. But just the drink by itself, no glow cube. We're talking cream cheese foam, Sprite, and it used to be green apple. Now it's like a orange tangerine syrup. So they just changed the flavor from green apple to like orange tangerine, but still $6.49 for the seasonal Destrin Ice Cap, a seasonal new drink they don't have at East. West wins on that one. West wins on that. Okay, Billy Dameron's telling me Dasani bottled water forfeit. Is that right? Is that? Oh, that's East for sure. For sure. Who's here? Is Sarah here now? I'm here. Let's fight. You want to jump on? I can say if you're ready to be a guest. I'm calling you out. You want to jump on? I'll send you a link. Just text me. You can jump on if you want. All right, let me get caught up on the chat and see how you guys are doing here. Nick saying preferred the green apple person. I haven't had the new one yet, but I did like the green apple one. Let's get some more thumbs up for. Yeah, please leave a thumbs up for the stream if you're enjoying this kind of different breakdown. I've got another menu we can go through. You into it? You want to see more? If you want to see more, let me know. Because I've got. Let's do milk. Well, let's do the popcorn stand. It's a smaller one. I'm going to remove the Ronto roasters. Let's look at the popcorn stand real quick. This one's very simple. So over at West, it's a little bit more expensive. 50 cents more expensive for Outpost Mix. $6.99 versus $6.49 over at East. Now at East, they also have another option. They've got buttered blue grains. This is more just plain popcorn, except for it's got some dye on it that makes it blue. But it's basically plain popcorn. It's not flavored. They also have coffee there. Calf, I almost said caffee. I guess it is. A cold brew, but it's a cold brew for $5.49. And then they sell the Coke bottles, the fancy ones that people say look like thermal detonators, but I don't think they do. Coca-Cola bottles, $5.89 and $5.49 over at East. So East is a little bit cheaper than West. And I'm not sure why that is. I don't know what that's all about. You get probably a better return in California for your bottle because they're do more with the recycling and stuff. So that might be hey, CJ Brown, just I think subscribe to the channel. You can't see it because I'm not on full screen, but thank you. Oh, you ready? Okay. All right, Sarah. Let's do this. I'm going to send you a link. I'm generating a link for you right now. Let's do this. Oh, boy. Here you go. All right, we'll see if she pops in here. Now, while we're going over that, let's look at the milk stand real quick. That's another quick one. The blue and green milks, $7.99. They're cheaper at Disneyland. Finally, something that's cheaper at Disneyland. $7.99 for the milk, $8.49 for the milk at East. So East gets their milks aren't as good, but they sell the milks with booze. You can get blue milk with rum. You can get green milk with tequila, $16. It's kind of expensive, and honestly, they don't give you a ton of booze in them anyways, so it's kind of a wash. But they at least offer it, which is kind of cool. They have something different. So milk stand, I guess you're kind of even because you get dinged for being more expensive, but also you have more options as far as the actual milks go. So yeah, the Bubo Wamba Family Farms, the big like milk jug, $13.49 is how much that is. Same at both places. Doesn't matter which one you get. But Disneyland has the Toydaria Swirl, $8.79. It's got chili lime, some mango jellies. It's pretty good. It is pretty good. And they also have a light up sipper. Oh, wait, okay. The Bubo Wamba Family Farms cup is just the cup. I don't have one nearby, but it's just like a white cup, kind of like this, but it has the logo on it. It's a fancy cup. The actual big milk jug sipper is only at West. $21.19. That's a little pricey for what it is, but it lights up. It's big. You get a lot of milk. It's pretty cool. All right, cool. That's sent. I already went over the Katsaka's kettle. I think Katsaka's outset in the audiobook. And let's look at one more thing here before we get into Oga's, because I can break down Oga's drinks too. Let's look at Docking Bay 7. This is the main place you can eat. This is the actual like restaurant of Galaxy's Edge. West has the tip yip, $15.49. At East, it's more expensive by 20 cents, $15.69. So what's up? Like, what's up with that? Why? But then you look at the roasted chicken salad, they're the same price. Why is the tip yip more expensive at East? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. So also East has some stuff that West doesn't have anymore, like the Kadu ribs, which I really liked, $16.99. I believe that's actually cheaper than they were at West because I got them at West when it opens, and I want to say it cost me about 18 and change if I remember correctly. Oh, look who is here! Oh, you're covered by the overlay. Oh,
you hid me.
There we go. What's up? How's it going?
Hey, hold on. Let
You
me
ready to
fix
throw down
my speaker.
your camera? Yeah,
This doesn't sound good. Here, I'll move you down too.
sure. All right, I'm breaking down the prices on Docking Bay 7. What was the next thing we've got? Okay, so these are two items that East has that West doesn't have at all. The Persian-had hot chicken tip-yip. I'm guessing that's like a Nashville hot style chicken that seems to be like all the rage at restaurants nowadays. But that's $15.69. Batuu beef and crispy tomato stir fry. That sounds awesome. Like, I don't know what. We've never had that at West, so I've never been able to try it. But it's expensive. $18.99. That's a lot for like an entree. And they also have a Pekka tuna poke for $18, something that's never been at West. So their tip-yip's more expensive by just a little bit, but they have way more options at Docking Bay 7. What's up with that?
It's the best. I don't know what to tell you.
It's not the best. It's not the best. All right, but they both have the hummus. They have the same thing that Felucian kefta. And have you ever had that, Sarah? Or are you not? Are you a hummus
No.
person?
Yeah, I like hummus. I just honestly I don't go eat at Docking Bay 7 because they've got Ronto roasters, and
Fair.
so I always get a Ronto wrap. But we've started eating at Docking Bay 7 more. I just haven't worked my way down the full menu.
Gotcha.
No, I look
Okay,
like real short.
Where are you?
There
Is that your thing, lifting up? What was that? You're walking.
Yeah. My desk.
Nice. So okay, speaking of Ronto wraps, real quick, which team are you in? Breakfast, regular, or meatless? And you haven't had the good meatless one, so I guess that's out.
Yeah, I haven't had either of the meatless ones, but I mean, a Ronto wrap is a Ronto wrap. Like, I'm not going to turn them away.
Oh no, you don't.
But I think the regular Ronto wrap edges that out for me, like just barely. Yeah.
Over breakfast.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Peter's over here saying Kadu ribs were one of his favorites, so he'll give East that one. Yeah, the Kadu ribs were good. They were a funky cut. Did you ever have those? Or you don't go off? They're ribs, right? But they're like a weird cut, and so you look at it, it's like, what? I've never seen ribs that look like that before. And it's kind of like, I want to say like fingers, like they look really strange because they're all connected by like one big piece, and then they kind of droop off. So it looks like a hand doing this.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Ribs shouldn't look like that. Yeah. Yeah. It was a weird cut, but they tasted good. And it came with a little like blue corn muffin thing. It was tasty. All right. One of the next things I want to look at is the kids' meals. So there's more kids' meals at East. Their fried tip-yip, again, is more expensive at East. I don't know why fried chicken costs more over there than it does at West. There's no reason for it. But they also have Ithorian pasta rings for $9.49. Never had that, but it sounds
Y'all
good.
don't have that?
No. It's not on the menu, at least. And the Taco Dana veggie dippers used to have that at West. And that's no longer on the menu over there either. And that's pretty good, too. That's similar to the hummus spread, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Which I liked that. Like, it says it's supposed to be like dirt. And it kind of did taste like dirt, but in a good way. Like, it's hard to explain. I liked it. I was like, oh, it does kind of taste like dirt, but I'm into it. Not surprising. But in Disneyland, we also have the kids' meal of the Ithorian garden patty bun. And that's like a little like bao bun with a little garden patty in it. So that's kind of cool. Decent little snack. Desserts. Okay, so the Outpost Puff. And I don't think West ever had that. West had Batuu Bon and a Oi Puff or like something like that. I think it was called Oi Puff. And so that name doesn't match Outpost Puff at all. So we've never had that over there. But you've got that for $7.49. For some reason, I didn't write the price down for the Vintian Mineral Mousse. But I got to give points to West on this one because Vintian Mineral Mousse is a reference to a High Republic character, which is new. It's kind of cool. We're getting High Republic nods in the food. That's kind of cool. Now,
so the mousse, is it similar to like the mousses that you would get on mice on Starcruiser, or like kind of like the Avatar?
Very, very similar to that. And it's stacked, so it looks like little rocks. And there's like 3 or 4 different kinds of mousses. Yeah, that's what I call it, mineral. That one's really good.
That one. Thanks for explaining that for me.
Yeah, of course. Our moof juice costs a little bit more. What's up with that? Bunch of moof milkers over here at West. Versus East has 50 cents cheaper. That's a good amount cheaper, actually. Well, not everything's that much, different. Fatro is $5.99. That's something you guys don't have at all.
No,
I
what is
forget
that?
which that one is. That one I can look it up real quick. But the Fatro, I think it's the one that's tea.
So the interesting thing I don't see on your drinks on here is you have the cold brew black calf for West, but you don't have the one that had like the sweet
Cocoa
potato.
Puffs and stuff.
No,
Oh,
the
sweet potato
one, or
That's
purple potato.
purple. Yeah, it was like a purple potato.
I forget exactly what it was called, but it was really good.
It was like a taro root or something like that.
That was what it was.
Yeah.
It was taro cream.
So when I looked these up, that wasn't listed on the app. So I'm only going off of info that they publicly list. They might have something there in the land, but it's not on their app.
Gotcha.
But the Fatro is tea based. What is it? It's a Gold Peak unsweetened tea. So it's like an Arnold Palmer. Odwalla lemonade and desert pear syrup is what that is. That one is pretty good, now that I remember it. Now, we used to have one at West that was kombucha.
That tracks. That makes sense.
It was super bitter. I liked it, but it was weird because it was like it was carbonated, had a little fizz. I want to say it had chipotle pineapple in it, so it had a little spice as well. It was good, but that never showed up at East ever.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think kombucha would go over very well in Florida.
That's fair. That's fair.
Generally, that's not a very beloved type of drink.
Yeah, it's more of a California thing.
Yeah.
Now, to give it to East, you guys get the Takodana Quencher, which is awesome. The droids love it. Surly Sarlacc is also available there, and you can get beer.
Very good.
Gold Squadron Lager. So we can't do any of that at ours because the weird liquor licenses they've got at East or at West. Sorry. So East gets a win on that one.
Woo.
Finally, something.
But the weird thing, so going back to the black calf, because I love it, and Julie's asking in the chat if East does have the Cocoa Puff coffee. We do, but it's at the popcorn stand, and it's, I think, the only version at East has alcohol in it. It's like a chocolate liqueur. There you go.
The cold brew black calf.
Oh, they have the regular one, but there's a version of it
with that
has chocolate liqueur in it. The
Gotcha.
stuffy stuff.
Gotcha. Someone just dropped scorpions all over us?
That's cute. They're cute scorpions.
Weird. That's weird. So I do want to check. Did anybody? I've got more comments to show too. We'll see. Let me get rid of my overlays here. There's more video comments to feature too. I've just been kind of going through them a little bit. Did
you put mine up that you had me test it yesterday?
I did not. Okay. Should I? I can.
You don't have to. I didn't know you were going to put it up. I did have an idea last night though when you were streaming, and everybody was submitting their videos, and you were amping people up for this. I was like, oh my God, Steven, I'm just going to wear different disguises and just keep submitting videos for you.
Sarah with a mustache.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm going to play one. I don't know how this is going to work with both of us on the screen. So again, this is a test, so we'll see how this works. But I've got one from Phil. What does Phil have to say?
Hey, Dano. I got to give this one to Batuu West.
Hey.
Having visited both several times, and then being quite even in the beginning before the hotel opened up, it was pretty much 50-50. But now that the Galactic Starcruiser is there, I feel like Batuu East is sort of trapped in time to stick with that storyline, where Batuu West gets to explore a little bit, add more characters, they play around with the menu often, and honestly, as crowded as Disneyland is, it's just not as crowded as Batuu East. Not to mention the weather. So much better out west.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, love the channel, love what you do. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Phil. Appreciate you submitting that, man. That's cool. And he's right. West is the best. So there we go.
I'm not
you heard it from Phil.
That, but you guys do definitely take the win on the weather. There's no argument there. The three suns are just full force in East, and you can't escape them. It's hot.
All right, I got another one here. This is from Steve. What does Steve have to say?
So my opinion, and I've been to both East and West Galaxy's Edge, I feel that West has a lot more stuff going on. I could be at Kylo's show 1 second, look over here, there's Rey and the Wookiee, look over there, there's R2-D2, hey, there's Boba Fett over there, Look, there's the Mando and Grogu. Someone else comes by. This droid comes by over here. All I need a little Gonk droid, right? Maybe a little Luke Skywalker walking around, and drop the timeline.
All right, I got one more. This is from Suzanne. I think you're going to like this one.
East definitely beats West.
Okay.
I've got 2 words.
Let's hear it.
Galactic Starcruiser.
Oh, gut punch. All right, Suzanne. All right.
I mean,
here's one.
There's one very valid argument.
Who's this? Betty B? Is that right?
Don't put me on screen twice. Just like hide me for a minute.
It's too much. Yeah, it's too much. I can only take so much, and I'm like,
mm-hmm. Me too.
I got one from Emily.
So, on this question on whether Batuu East or Batuu West is better, I would say Batuu West. And yes, I'm a little biased because I live in California and only a few hours away from Galaxy's Edge. Aside from that, though, we have 4 characters that are not in the East. We have Boba Fett, Fennec Shand, Mando, and of course, a little Grogu. I also think that the food offerings at Oga's Cantina and Docking Bay 7 are better than what's being offered in the East. And as a bonus, if you get your picture taken, you could request for a data image scan card from the CM, which would serve as a free souvenir for when you visit the outpost here in West.
She's right.
So yes, Batuu West is better than Batuu East. Rising moons, my friends, and safe travels.
Awesome. Thank you, Emily. Appreciate that. And that's a good point. Do you guys have these over at East?
We don't. They do not use the cards in East. No.
See, that's the first time I heard anyone bring it up, but I've got a couple here.
No, that's really smart.
I have a lot, actually. I've got like 4.
We haven't talked about that before because that is something that's just different between Disneyland and Disney World, is that the PhotoPass photographers in land, because you guys didn't have magic bands for so long, you would use the cards whenever you did PhotoPass. In World, we would either just do you scan your magic band or you scan your ticket, because our tickets are cards like that. Mm-hmm. So, or you use your phone or whatever, but...
All right, I got another. This is from a. This is interesting. It's Pixel.
West is better because we have Grogu, and Grogu looks just like me, and I'm laying on a Grogu.
That's it. But you heard it from Pixel. Pixel nailed it.
I mean, we need Pixel's theme song to play.
I know. Yeah, that would have been perfect if Pixel's theme song played as well.
It's very difficult to argue with Pixel. That's Kitcher brought out the big guns.
The big guns, yep. All right, let's hear what Eric Q has to say.
Bright Suns. I'm in no shape to be on camera because I have not taken a shower yet. It's still early out here in Hawaii.
Oh.
But I
Hawaii.
Gotta say West because that's the only place I've been. I'm working on a control panel right now.
Nice.
Right from the park there, right from Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, that looks pretty accurate.
If I could live on Batuu, I would. Got to do some lights and some pinstriping. I do have a question. Does anybody ever know if we ever got a map that has Galaxy's Edge?
Ooh,
I like to collect those.
Not
All right,
that
back
kind.
to work.
It's funny. I actually was collecting those maps for a little while. They're big, huge, giant, and it's really cool, drawn map. It's like the art style of it's really unique. But I think they quit making those in the mid to late 2000s. But no, I don't think we have one with Galaxy's Edge on it, unfortunately. Cool. Yeah. All right, I got a little bit more to break down on this food business, but first I want to look at the chat and see if there's anything good coming in. Have you seen anything that I should throw up here? Here's a question from Billy. Billy says, can you dress up more in East because of Starcruiser? Yep. Yeah. they let you get away
we
with
can talk more about it.
Yeah, no, that's
basically.
it. Yep, you can. I mean, it's encouraged for Starcruiser guests for sure to dress up more. But as of right now, they've got a more lax take on it than West does. West has been a lot more strict, historically, and you can see a lot more people at East wearing a lot more elaborate, just more as far as the costumes go than people at West have been able to get away with. So as of right now, yeah, you can do more over there. You win, East. Let's see here. What else we got? Those posters are fine. They're really good posters. They're really, really good posters. What does Peter say? Starcruiser is greater than West, but West is greater than East.
You can't separate the two.
No, but they are separate, though.
But they're not separate because you go to Batuu East as part of Starcruiser. They are like
part. Just a little.
Do you go to Batuu West as part of Starcruiser?
No.
Okay, you can't unlink them.
Okay.
So if you want to take that
when we go in May, are you going to spend a lot of time at Batuu East during our excursion day?
That's unfair.
Is it? Because, I recall somebody saying, "Oh no, I want to spend as much time on the ship." If Batuu East was so great, why wouldn't you want to spend more time there?
Because I'm spending a lot of money to be on that ship, man. I'm going to be on that ship.
All right, but it's separate. It is separate. I had to play dirty on that one. All right, I want to break into more of this food stuff. So we went over a lot of the other ones so far. I want to say Oga's is the last one that I'm yet to do. We did Milk Stand, we did Ronto Roasters, we did Katsaka's Kettle. Yeah, let's get into Oga's real quick. This is something I thought was a bit interesting. Kind of cover us both here. There we go. Cool. So some stuff is the same price, some stuff different again. West Cliff Dweller is the same price no matter what. They didn't have a price for buying it without the cup, but they charge $35 souvenir cup, the little porg. Mm-hmm. But you can get it for $6.50 without, which isn't bad. $6.50 is one of the cheaper drinks.
Alcohol in it?
Get. No. These first ones are non-alcoholic.
Okay.
Yeah, the first chunk of these are all non-alcoholic. And there's a little barrier right there where I'm pointing that says alcohol. From there down, that's all alcoholic drinks. So, gotcha. Next up, the Blue Bantha is $8. This is weird. This doesn't make sense. It's $8 at Disneyland, but East has it for $13. $5 difference? My only guess is that West doesn't have the cookie anymore. Because I don't know if that cookie's worth $5, but it's a little cookie, shortbread cookie with was it coconut? I think it's like coconut with brown frosting on it to look like a little bantha horn or whatever. It is a good cookie. I had it once a long time ago, but I don't know if it's worth $5 for that little cookie. And I don't understand what the price difference is. Why? That's why I put cookie in question marks. Maybe that's the difference is they quit providing it at West, but it listed as only $8. Cool, I guess. Our Hyperdrive Punch It is a little bit cheaper, 50 cents cheaper over at West than it is at East. And then the Black Spire Brew, I believe that's the tea with a weird black cherries and a lemon garnish or a lime garnish. $7, same price. So it's weird those are the same. Java Juice, we're cheaper at West, $6.50 versus East, $7. You guys are too much. Blurg Fire, $7, same price. But you guys get a drink called the Carbon Freeze that we don't get over at West. And if I'm remembering correctly, the Carbon Freeze is one of the ones that uses dry ice.
Oh, okay.
And we don't have that machine, I guess, that's what I've been told, that the machine for that isn't at West. And they use special cups, and it basically forms a little puck of dry ice. You put the cup in this machine, it's $2,000, and it forms a little puck of dry ice. I have a cup that I got on eBay years ago of it, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I want the actual cup, but the machine is so pricey. And
you said it's $2,000. I don't see that being a massive
for Disney. You would, yeah, right. You would think they'd be like, whatever, just buy it. As long as we can sell more drinks, we'll make it up like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I say. That's why I said I've heard that's why, but I don't know if that's what's stopping them. There might be a weird California dry ice thing. I don't know. I have no clue why they don't have that specific. Yeah, they're weird about certain chemicals sometimes, certain things you can and can't serve. I don't know. If someone who lives in California knows more about that, please chime in. Jedi Mind. So now we're into the alcoholic drinks. Oh no, there's the two teas at Disneyland West. We have Mugan tea and Terran tea. Cool. You guys don't have any of the teas over there. All right. So we get a couple more drinks on that end. In the alcohol section, we have one more drink than you guys do as far as just straight alcohol, not including beer and wine. I'll do that in the next tab. But as far as just cocktails, Jedi Mind Trick, same price. Our Bloody Rancor, which is a Bloody Mary, is $1 cheaper at West. I don't understand like why. It just doesn't make any sense. Same with
It
Fuzzy
just has to be
Tauntaun.
like, it has to be the cost that they're getting the ingredients at, right?
I don't know. I don't. Maybe there might be like certain alcohol taxes that are different in each state because those vary per state. So
Yeah.
that might be part of it because they don't charge. I don't know. I have no idea. It's one of those weird things that just eludes me. But Fuzzy Tauntaun's cheaper. Yub Nub, when you buy it with a mug, is the same price. So I don't know. And even if you buy it by itself, it's $17, which I'm guessing is what Disney would charge based on some of those other prices. The Jet Juice is $1 cheaper, $16 instead of $17 over at East. And out of what's that? Oh, I did put Yup Nub. Oh well.
Peter called out.
But Jet Juice is cheaper. Outer Rim is cheaper by $1. And then we get drinks at Oga's that some of them are only available at other places on East. So Takadana Quencher and Coruscant Cooler are available at other spots on East, just not at Oga's for some reason. So I don't know what you call that. Like that's not a plus or minus. I don't know who wins on that end.
Yeah.
But we did get 2 new drinks that aren't available at East at all. And that's the Coruscant that's the Dantooine Tonic and the Tarkinian Night Flower. So there's that. But East gets Bespin Fizz, and this is the dry ice thing again that we don't get at West. So there's another one to file into the dry ice debate. So I don't know what that's about. And T16 Skyhopper used to be at West, but is no longer, but they still have it at East. And that's $18. And same with the Dagobah Slugslinger. They don't have that at West anymore either, at least not on the menu. And so
Maybe
they used
those
to have
weren't
that.
selling well.
But then
in
why
West.
keep them at East?
Well, maybe they weren't selling well in West, right? Because they can't be like, well, we only have 6 things on the menu.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
like,
You gotta have
right?
something.
You gotta have
Now, I really
something.
liked the Dagobah Slugslinger. That was a good one. It was kind of like a margarita, but with a rosemary ginger syrup.
Well, that
was
doesn't
good.
sound bad. Yeah.
It was pretty good. And I'm trying to think which is the one. It might be the Dantooine Tonic that is one that's got mezcal in it, which you're starting to see in a lot more menus, at least out here in Las Vegas. A lot more cocktail menus are using mezcal, which is awesome. I love it. It's good
It's
stuff.
gross, all the like flies and ants on the Oga's drinks. Like the little
Oh,
emojis.
and then the image. Yeah. I was like, what? Where? Okay, so let's look at the beer real quick.
Okay.
So while Disneyland was cheaper on the cocktails, we're more expensive on beer. What is that all about? So we're
That's
$14.25. Yeah, it's so.
That has to be a
doesn't-
tax.
But why not on hard alcohol? Is there a specific beer tax?
Oh,
It just seems weird. It seems strange. Can I move you? No, I can't move you out of the way. I can make this a little smaller so it doesn't cut us off as much. But okay, so the Gomorian Ale, which is at both, cheaper at East, more expensive at West. Bad Motivators at both, same deal. Now there's 2 beers that are interchangeable. So when you buy that Rancor flight that's got 4 different beers on it, it's $85. We see down towards the bar, or $86, $1 more at Disneyland, but $85 at East. I don't get it. But there's 2 beers that are different on each coast. White Wampa Ale at West for $15.25. That's the most expensive beer they've got. That's a lot for a beer.
That's an expensive beer for a
right? Yeah, and then Trandoshan Ale $13.50. So I would put those 2 as like equivalent, but so much cheaper at East. And then you've got Black Squadron Lager $14.25 and Gold Squadron Lager at East $13.75. So again, East wins on the beer front. Rancor Flight, like we said, a little bit cheaper, $1 cheaper. And then you guys have hard cider, while West has seltzer, Cessid Seltzer. And we're a little bit more expensive on our seltzer than you are with your cider. So we used to have a cider at West. It's no longer there, though. As far as the wines go, we're $1 more. Imperial Guard wine. And then same with the topiary wine. Or it shouldn't say topiary. That should say Tonneray. I don't know why it auto-corrected to topiary. I'm like, topiary wine? What? Got a bunch of plants in it? All right, now to the snacks at Oga's. Batuu Bits are available at both, but they're vastly different items. Like what they use in the Batuu Bits is completely different on each coast. And we're $3 cheaper.
And you want to try that, right?
I do want to try that.
Oh, you want the Happy sample? Never mind.
I want anything that's different that we don't have at West. I want to try it all. But the Batuu Bits is one of them for sure. Oga's Obsession is the same at both. It's like a cotton candy flavored little petri dish with boba balls in it and lemonade. I forget what else is in it.
It's like right
I think
behind the menu. No,
Oh,
those
it
are
is.
Rhodian rations.
No, it is. It's a green thing on the bottom. Yeah,
Okay.
it is that green thing.
Can't see it, but
oh well, you'll see it in a minute. I'll remove this in just a second. We're almost done. So Oga's Obsession is the same in either one. We have spiced rocher pods, which are just edamame. It's like a chili garlic edamame, which is really good.
That's cool. It's expensive though for edamame.
It is. And it's got a special sauce though, and they're like have like a weird, if I remember correctly, like a weird breading texture sprinkled on it. So it's a little bit more than just spicy garlic edamame.
Yeah.
But it's delicious, really good. Five Blossom bread, which I have not had, but we have it and you guys don't. And then the Batuu Wilds Bounty, which is like a pastrami dish. It's like pastrami, mustard, something like mustard seed pods, and something else. So it's a new one you guys don't have. But you guys have the Rhodian Ration, which is like an alcoholic version of Oga's Obsession. So I'm going to move this thing over my face. So like we were saying, Oga's Obsession is that green circle there at the bottom covered by flies and smiley faces.
Cute.
And yeah. And so it's basically an alcoholic version of that for $15.50. It's a little pricey, but it's like a Jello shot. It's like a Star Wars Jello shot is the way to think of it. And then you guys have the Hapabor sampler for $21, which we no longer have at West. And the Hapabor sampler, while pricey at like $20 some, it was really good. It was like a bunch of it's like a charcuterie board, but spacey. And the one at East uses more like pork rinds, that kind of stuff. And it's got shishito peppers, which I love. Are you familiar with shishito peppers? They're like a nutty little, they're so good. Like I could eat a whole bag full of just shishito peppers. They are the best. So that's kind of the breakdown on differences on prices between the two. And it's hard to tell. Oh, let me bring Sarah back in here. Hi,
well, actually, let me sign in and say goodbye to everybody. I was just coming in for a little bit, but I actually have to go run and do things.
Oh, okay. Goodbye then.
I know. I've got things.
Right.
I'm so busy.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out.
This was fun.
Yep. All right. See you later.
Batuu East is best.
It's not though.
It is though. That's not either.
Get out of here. All right, let me jump back in. You guys can start firing in your emojis again. Actually, I'm going to throw back to this, but we're going to make it a circle. That way those emojis fall better. And video, make it round. So again, for West, drop a sun emoji. And for East, drop a moon emoji to enable your votes here. I'm going to go back through the comments. And again, guys, you can use this QR code. It's still up. And I can post it live if it'll ever react. It looks like it's going a little slow. There you go. It's on there. All right, let's check back in with the chat. Everybody's saying, bye, Sarah. See you later. Bye. All right, let's see here. Mr. Brainley saying the Five Blossom bread dipped in cheese sauce at West is to die for. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Oh, okay. So I've got a question for you guys, and this is going to be hard. This is going to be a hard one because, maybe I don't ask this question because it's only going to apply to people who've been to Starcruiser. But I am curious. I'm just curious. Why not? Why not? For the sake of interactions, can I put me in the middle? I'm going to ask a poll here. Maybe you've never been. But maybe you have. Which is better? Oga's Cantina or Sublight Lounge? Maybe you've never been, but I still want you to just fire in your answers here just to see. You've probably seen the drinks or seen some of my videos, but I want you guys to vote. Oga's Cantina, Sublight Lounge. Which, let me know. I got someone just typed in, I don't know why it says 1, but I'm going to remove it. Oga's, you type in just OGAS, Oga's. It's a great way to do it. OGAS or Sublight. That's the best way to put in your answer. Oga's or Sublight. And it'll show up on screen. The AI from this Opus software does a really cool thing where it just picks it and throws it up on screen. And I don't have to do anything. I don't have to, it does it for me, which is awesome. So I've got 3 for Sublight, 6 for Oga's. Okay. Here's one of those little emojis. So awesome. It's so random that it pops up like that. But all right. It works. I got 4 for Sublight, 8 for Ogas. Okay. All right. I see you. I see you. I do like this poll feature. This is kind of cool, the way this works. I got SoCal Jerry saying Sublight, Jason Wallace saying Ogas, Princess and Scoundrel asking, what about Hyperspace Lounge? I thought about that. And I was like, I'm not going to count it. I'm not going to count it. We're talking Galaxy's Edge specific. And Sublight is tied into Galaxy's Edge, as you so astutely pointed out. Nick, what are your thoughts? You love Sublight, but no animatronic, no datapad interactivity. It makes this an Oga win for me. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, and my headphones are dying already. How long have I been on? Jeez. That's fine. No worries. We can still make this work. Sublight for drinks. Ogas for the DJ. As of right now, Ogas is winning. You can see on the screen. Ogas is taking it. Ogas is taking it. Billy's saying Hyperspace Lounge is so meh. That's fair. It kind of looks a little meh. But I've never been. I've only, honestly, I've really only seen Peter and Kitra's video. I haven't watched much else from Hyperspace, so meh. I don't know. Oh, here's a question for you, Nick. Datapad interacts at Ogas? Does it? It kind of does. I'm trying to think what. I mean, there is for Starcruiser. There's like a mission to go do stuff there. In fact, like I might have it on me. Might not. I have so much stuff on my desk. One of these, here we go, is a Starcruiser specific Oga's Cantina datapad coaster thing. It's not really a coaster. It's more just a piece of paper. But yeah, I've got all my stack of coasters here. I even have some from Sublight. Speaking of which, oh yeah, Chandler the Starline. I just got them all right here. They're all. Oh, I even have. I don't know if I was supposed to take this one, but I've got the English menu and the Spanish menu coaster as well. But I only have one of those. Yeah, all the coasters and a bunch of randos. Is that right? So my droids don't stop. They don't ever stop. All right, let's see here. What do we got? No contest. Ogas, because you don't have to pay an additional $5,000 just to pay for drinks at another bar. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I'll give Sublight the celebration songs win. Oh yeah, the celebration songs are really good. You can hack Rex. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, no, sorry, they don't want to hear about me hacking droids. I get it. Okay. Do I have the Maz? No, I was not there during the time that they put those out. I do not have the Maz coaster. Here you go. Ask those that voted Ogas, have they been to Starcruiser? I know, that's why it wasn't it's not a fair poll. But still. Like, as for me, I would still, I don't know. I love the Sublight. I like the drinks at Sublight. Yeah, I don't know if I even want to say more. This is a toss-up for me. This is really a toss-up for me. I don't know. JD Media saying Ogas is what I expect to see from a Star Wars drinking establishment. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, you guys didn't know about hacking Rex? So in the Datapad app, there's a hack. There's like hack, scan, tune, and translate. If you go to hack, it shows you things in the area around you that you can hack. Normally it's door panels, but it doesn't have to be. Some of the droids show up too. And so you do a little puzzle. It's usually like moving these little lines, connecting wires, basically. And once you hack it, then it like does a little thing. So yeah, you can do that. So Ogas seems to be winning on this one. I'm going to end the poll session. Boom, now your emojis can rain back down. Rain down. Hey, might have an extra Maz. Hey, I'll do a trade. I'm down to do a trade. Let's see here. Sublight, because character interaction, Sabak game, and more. That's true. The Sabak game. That's a good point on Sublight. Now, Sublight, or Starcruiser as a whole, I don't think counts for East. I don't think that should count for East. Yeah, I don't think it does. I don't think it does. The droids are like, it might. I'm like, I don't know. All right, guys, I'm going to put this scene back up here. So if you guys want to fire in more of those video responses, definitely feel free. It's up there. I got another response from Kaylin. What do you got to say?
Best. Which is better, East?
Oh,
West. East?
with the Rathtar. Oh,
I would say
baby.
East. Do you say East? Yeah? You want to say East?
I'm a sucker for
Say
dogs.
East. 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 I like East. I get to go stay with my grandpa. You tell him. Say East.
That's hilarious. I love it. I love it. Oh, the pups. Gotta love the... Oh, here are all the drinks. All the drinks are falling. And a bunch of suns and a bunch of moons. Guys, I don't know that we're going to have an answer to this today. We're going to have to make this a regular debate. What is this? Sublight didn't kick you out or force drink maximums. True. Additionally, better food options. And so I've heard from people at East that they've been able to do more than the 45 minutes and more than just 2 drinks. But it's harder to get into East. Trade-off. I think officially their policies are the same. They're both supposed to do the 2 drink max and 45 minute whatever, but they're just way more lax over at East on that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. Cuteness overload. Yeah, that was cuteness overload. It really was. Oh, are those shot glasses? Shots. There you go. Oh, that was the wrong one. I wanted this one. There we go. That's what I wanted, was the air horn. Can you hear that? I don't know if you guys can hear that because the video source. You probably couldn't have heard that. Never mind then. Nick Pierce is saying, personally prefer Oga's West food to Sublight food, but pastrami. I went through a pastrami phase myself. I probably went through a pastrami haze too at some point after having too much. But yeah, I went through a pastrami phase where I was like, now I want all the pastrami on everything. In fact, I remember discovering pastrami and being mad at my parents for never getting me pastrami. I was in my late 20s and I had pastrami for the first time. And I was like, why the heck did my parents never get us pastrami? I was legit mad. It's a weird thing to be mad about, but I was instantly mad at my parents for never getting us pastrami. Dahi says, can understand the 2 drink max. Don't want people too intoxicated. Yeah, that's fair. No, you guys couldn't hear it. Darn. Oh well. You couldn't hear the air horn. Yeah, it's weird. It's because I'm using a software. So the software I did it in is only sharing video and not sound, which is why when this stream started in the very beginning, I had the Doc Ondars thing playing. You guys couldn't hear any of it because it's only sharing the video from that software to this Opus software. Which, let me know how you guys are liking this. Are you enjoying all of these different? Let me jump into this scene, just because why not? And I'm curious. This is going to be a yes or no question. Yeah, I know. Okay. And are you guys enjoying the interactive features of the stream? That means the video comments, the emoji raining down, this poll feature. Are you guys enjoying this kind of thing? And is it working well for you? Yes or no? That's what I want to know from you guys. I'm seeing a yes from Nate so far. Cool. You guys like it? Dynamic polls are fun. Yeah, this is a really neat thing. It's a startup. It's a startup called Opus. And so if any of you guys are interested in starting with them, they're fairly new, but opus.pro and use code DANO, D-A-N-O. I get a little kickback as a referral, and you get a little something too once you stream twice. So opus.pro, use code DANO when you sign up. And yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm digging it. I like all the check marks. Very nice. I'm getting 12 yeses, 1 no, 1 maybe, 1 porg. Okay. All right. Who dropped the maybe? Who was that? Maybe. Where's the meh option? there's no I mean, you could type it. You could type it. See what happens. Oh, oh, oh. Causes a little too much noise. Okay. Okay. So I won't be using this for every stream. Like my Tuesday night watch parties, I won't be using this for that. But I think for these like midday kind of impromptu, something a little different streams, I think this is perfect. I think this is perfect for like a cool conversation with you guys where we can talk about like East versus West, or maybe we do a Savi's lightsaber themes and we look at all 4 themes and we really do a breakdown and kind of get the people's opinion on which one is the best one of all 4. I think that would be a fun thing. Maybe we do that next week. How does that sound? I think that could be good. And I can do a similar thing where I pull up all the info on screen, have that kind of stuff ready to go. Maybe. Agreed. Good for this type of stream. Yeah. This is perfect for this kind of thing. Any of the streams I would do would be catered to the interactive feature if I use this software. Otherwise, I'd use my regular software for other stuff. But yeah, no, I dig this. I think this is fun. Oh, for midday, you know what? That works with this. Yeah. I wouldn't use this for my late night. I think this would be way too distracting for the watch party. Way too distracting for the watch party. Let's see. Oh, Diego's asking a question here just about Galaxy's Edge overall. Wanted to ask something. If I go to Galaxy's Edge to make my lightsaber, did I still have the chance to make the old style in case I prefer the old style? No, they're all gone. They're all gone. Only the new ones are available, both East and West. Only the new ones. And Chelsea's saying, love the interaction just during the midday stream. Yeah, I think that's a good place for it. Oh, did I get it? There was a member chat that came through from Nate, and there it is, celebrating 30 months. That's awesome. 30 months of membership. This Opus is a great way to mix it up. Now, if you guys are watching on YouTube or in the YouTube app or on desktop, you guys get access as channel members to special emojis. And speaking of channel members, this week we dropped the channel member video. If you watch my Nintendo Land, my honest thoughts on Nintendo Land, I actually put all of my vlog footage into one big, long, like 40-minute vlog for channel members. So you guys get to see my whole trip if you're a channel member. And you get access to all the emojis, and you can check out more exclusive videos that I dropped just for you guys. So thanks, Nate, for being a member and reminding me to talk that up a little bit, because I think you guys seem to be enjoying that thing. I was thinking it would be too much for watch parties. Wasn't paying attention to anyone's messages because I was playing with emojis. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's what makes this fun. Oh, my droids are booping and beeping. All right, let me end that poll session. It seems to be a yes. You guys are into this. You dig it. That's cool. I'm like, what other backgrounds did I set up? Oh, there's an Oga's background. Oh, I still have that up there. So I can this is a nice streaming software. I can change my backgrounds that I loaded up to whatever I want. I think that's the one I had. Oh, here's a perk for West. Spireworks. East does not get this view. East does not get fireworks over the spires the way that West does. And so that's a huge, huge difference to me. Oh, where'd all the emojis go? I'm not seeing any of the emojis raining down. maybe they'll show up here in a minute. But yeah, I think this is a huge, huge perk for West. Oh, I lost connection somehow. I don't know what that's about. Nathan's asking me a question. Did I go to Star Wars Night last year? If so, what did I think about it? I went to 2 Star Wars Nights on May 4th and one on May 27th or something. I enjoyed it, but it kind of wasn't worth the headache. It was it was a lot. There's a lot of waiting in line. It was cool because there was new merch that came out. Hey, someone just sent in a super chat. Oh, thank you. 2 Galactic credits from Chelsea. Thank you. I appreciate you dropping that super chat. Oh, applause for Nate. Everyone, 30 months. Yeah, Nate's old school. Let me see if I can swap into this headphone instead of the other one, and maybe that'll work out so it doesn't give me a weird echo. But yeah, no. Thank you, Chelsea, for doing that again. But as far as the Star Wars Night, the lines were long. The new merch was cool that they had new merch for some stuff. I didn't see any characters. I didn't wait to see any characters because the lines were horrendous. New foods was fun. The fireworks thing was fun. I'm not going to go this year more because of timing. I'm going to be at Starcruiser from like May 2nd on, so I'm going to miss all the whole first chunks. I have a chance to go on the 8th or the 11th, and I'm going to be in San Diego on the 13th of May, so I'm not going on the 11th. It's too close. And the one for the 8th, I think I'll be getting back from Florida that day, and so I don't think I'm doing that. So I'm not doing any of them. But if you've never been, it can be a ton of fun. All right. Nick is saying Star Wars nights can be awful time, but I'm going twice again this year, so I'm part of the problem. Yeah, like it is fun, but it's not perfect. Like it's better to experience Galaxy's Edge on a normal day, honestly. But for the sake of the party, like if you really want to spend your time waiting in line to meet those exclusive characters, you can make the most out of it. But I knew people who spent their entire like 4 or 5 hours just waiting in line for like 2 character meet and greets, and that was it. And I was like, okay. I did the lightsaber training. That was fun. It was very reminiscent of the old Jedi Knight training that the kids would have over in Tomorrowland. But yeah. Hey, SoCal Jerry gifted a bunch of memberships. Nice. Thanks, dude. So a lot of people, I'm seeing Liam C was gifted a membership. Zach the Maker was gifted a membership. Mark Corpse, Crucial Crew member. That's awesome, dude. Thank you for gifting memberships. I appreciate you guys doing that. Because now these other people have access to those videos and to the special channel emojis that are just for you guys. So you'll see some fun ones in there like Gaia. It's pretty funny. All right. The fun part is seeing everyone hanging out in the park. Yes. And also dressed up. That's one of the perks of Star Wars Night 2 is you can actually wear full costumes and it's not a big deal. So, yep. Matthew Burge, East, West. The only bad Batuu is no Batuu at all for those of us who haven't been able to go either. That's fair. JD says, thanks, Jerry. Yeah, man, that's awesome, dude. Thank you so much for gifting those memberships. That's rad. And still no music for the Spireworks. Yeah, they should sync up a special score just for Galaxy's Edge. Now, here's a pro tip. If you're at Batuu West and the fireworks, like getting ready for fireworks, you can watch them from the Falcon area, and that's fine. But honestly, I like watching them over by the milk stand. Like right in the little entranceway for where the milk stand is going towards the droid bath. The sky is open up so much more, but you still get the spires on the left. And the view is gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. And you just it's a full sky of fireworks. It's awesome. It's the way to go for sure. They really need to drop the don't take pictures with other guests rule. Yeah, it is weird. I mean, I still did. Like, I have people that like, oh, they recognize me from the channel or whatever. I'll still, hey, let's step to the side real quick and take a quick photo if they want. I feel weird. It's weird enough that people want a picture with me as is. That's never going to be not weird to me. But I wouldn't want to be like, no, I'll always, if somebody wants it, I will definitely always take a minute and try to chat with them and say hello and, that kind of thing. It's nice. I appreciate being appreciated, so it's cool. Silly Palm says milk stand all the way. Yeah. It's the move. Another good spot is grabbing a table outside docking. Yeah, that's a good spot up there, top of that little ledge. You're not supposed to they discourage you taking photos with other guests, especially if you're in costume or dressed up, because they don't want other guests to think that you work there. They don't want there to be confusion from who's a cast member and who's not. And they just don't. It's been a policy with Disney for a long time. They don't like what they don't want is they don't want people lining up to take photos with you. That's really what it is, because there's that mob mentality of like, oh, there's a line over there. People are waiting for that. I'm going to go wait too. What is this? What is it? And lines build up that way. And it would be weird for that to happen to someone who doesn't work there. So they don't want people lining up. Like when they say don't take photos with other guests, they mean don't have people lining up to take photos with you. Like if it's just a quick one-off, like, oh, hey, yeah, let's take a photo in front of this thing, selfie or whatever. That's fine. A quick one-off's fine. But they don't want people lining up to take a photo of you because you're in a fancy costume, Does that make sense? But you can get away with a quick one-off here and there, and it's not a big deal. But their policy is no. Okay, I already tackled that one. Can't wait to go to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Never been there, dude. You're gonna love it when you get to go. It is amazing. It is amazing. Oh, fireworks under the wishing tree is also lovely. Is the view obscured by the top of the building at all? I feel like your sky's not as open right there, but I could see that being nice. Ooh, the tables at Ronto Roasters are a good spot. Remember we caught some of the fireworks when we were playing with Bruce? We were playing that card game like the Mandalorian Solitaire or whatever with Bruce, and fireworks started over like Doc Ondar's. That was cool. All right, friends, we are at, how long have we been live? An hour and 37 minutes, an hour and a half. That's awesome. That is a little bit longer than I expected to go. This was a fun chat. Before we end the chat, I want you guys to fill the screen with suns and moons. No other emojis. Just suns for west and moons for east. No other emojis. Just suns and moons. And as soon as it's full, I'm gonna end the stream. Should I go to this? Oh, that's the wrong screen. There we go. Suns and moons. I'm gonna remove my overlay. Suns and moons. Here they come. Oh, there we go. Suns and moons. All manner of suns. All manner of moons. I love it. You guys are going crazy with this. Perfect. I'm seeing a lot more sun. Oh, there's a lot more moons now. There's a lot more moons. Oh, you guys are blowing it up. That's awesome. It keeps refreshing. There's so many that it doesn't know what to do, and it just keeps refreshing. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. Okay, well, I guess the screen's never going to just fill up, is it? 17 new chats. All suns, all moons. Wow. Guys, this is a fun chat. It's a fun stream. Leave a thumbs up on this stream, please. It helps a lot. If you had technical issues with any of the features, maybe you had trouble submitting a video for comment response or anything like that, let me know. Let me know what kind of issues there were or what kind of technical difficulties you might have had, because I get to report this stuff back to Opus, the company that does these features, and tell them all about what works, what doesn't. I've got my own notes that I'm taking on this. And so any feedback you guys can give will make me more valuable to them to let them know how well this is working. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. You know I love you. And until next time, don't be a moof milker. Be the spark. See you later.